Q5390. Which thermal index would predict the best probability of good soaring conditions? A. -10. B. -5. C. +20. The correct answer is A. Thermal index is a measure of the stability of the atmosphere, and it is used to predict the probability of good soaring conditions. A negative thermal index indicates unstable air, which is ideal for soaring. As the thermal index increases, the air becomes more stable, and the probability of good soaring conditions decreases. In this case, the thermal index of -10 is the most negative, so it would predict the best probability of good soaring conditions. The thermal index of -5 is also negative, but it is not as negative as -10. The thermal index of +20 is positive, which indicates stable air, and it would not predict good soaring conditions. 5391. Which is true regarding the effect of fronts on soaring conditions? A. A slow-moving front provides the strongest lift. B. Good soaring conditions usually exist after passage of a warm front. C. Frequently, the air behind a cold front provides excellent soaring for several days. The correct answer is B. The air behind a cold front is often excellent for soaring due to factors such as stable conditions, high pressure, and the presence of thermals. Soaring pilots frequently seek out the air behind a cold front for extended periods of soaring. 5394. When soaring in the vicinity of mountain ranges, the greatest potential danger from vertical and rotor-type currents will usually be encountered on the A. Leeward side when flying with a tailwind. B. Leeward side when flying into the wind. C. Windward side when flying into the wind. The correct answer is B. When flying near mountains, it is crucial to avoid the leeward side, especially when flying into the wind. The leeward side is prone to turbulent and dangerous rotor currents. Pilots should prioritize flying at a high altitude, be aware of wind conditions, and be prepared for turbulence. Stay away from the leeward side of the mountain. 5395. Which is true regarding ridge soaring with the wind direction perpendicular to the ridge? A. When flying between peaks along a ridge, the pilot can expect a significant decrease in wind and lift. B. When very close to the surface of the ridge, the glider's speed should be reduced to the minimum sink speed. C. If the glider drifts downwind from the ridge and sinks slightly lower than the crest of the ridge, the glider should be turned away from the ridge and a high speed attained. The correct answer is C. The pilot of a glider would wish to leave the area of intense sink as soon as feasible. Rapid and forceful action is necessary. It's possible to lose a lot of altitude in the process. On occasion, a very strong wind will blow over the ridge's lee side. 5745. Which thermal index would predict the best probability of good soaring conditions? A. +5. B. -5. C. -10. The correct answer is C. A TI of 10 would predict an even worse probability of good soaring conditions than a TI of 5. This is because a TI of 10 indicates that the atmosphere is very stable and that thermals are almost impossible to find. In a very stable atmosphere, the only way to gain altitude is to fly to higher altitudes where the air is less stable. Soaring pilots should use the thermal index to help them plan their flights. If the TI is positive, then the pilot can expect good soaring conditions. If the TI is negative, then the pilot should be prepared for difficult soaring conditions.